Felt Celtic 1, Kingsland Town 2. Adam, despite the loss, were you pleased with the team's efforts today?
Yeah, I don't think we've lost the game because of a lack of effort. A lack of quality at times, and the goals that we conceded in the first half, their errors. I think a little bit of misfortune really in the first one. The lad's gone through one-on-one. Elliott's made a good save. Then Ben Atkinson, he'd just been off the pitch having treatment. He was struggling with his ankle. Maybe that's had an impact on him failing to clear his lines, and they've obviously then picked the ball up and finished it. So I think there's a little bit of misfortune in that one, but it ultimately was an error by us. And then the second one, is also an error. We've got possession on the other side of the pitch through Jordan, and just a lack of communication really on that side with him and Clates, and we've lost the ball cheaply, and they've then gone through and scored. But I think in the first half it was very open. I think both sides had chances. I feel they arguably had the better ones, but we could have been 2-0 up at half time. It was a bit of a crazy game, but they're a good side. They're very effective and good at what they do. They've got some really good players. They get around the 9 very well. They've got great energy in midfield, and the Diamonds tricky to deal with if you let them get the passing game going. So all we asked for at half time really was try and score the next goal, and if you can get the next goal at 2-0, then you can sometimes change the complexion of the game. And whilst I felt that the players kept going right till the very end, and we applied a bit of pressure, to be fair, we just didn't really put the ball in there with enough quality to really go and get something out of the game.
There was a lot of penalty shouts during the game for both sides as well, but we'll start with the one that was given in the second half, the one that we scored from the penalty. What was your view on that? Did the referee make the right call? And it was a good finish as well from the penalty spot.
Yeah, I'd pass. I don't know. I'll have to see it again. But Dave's made a run in behind. He's got to the ball first. He's a good finisher. Is Dave. He makes good decisions when he gets into those positions. So I don't know why he would go down. There was so much going on. I thought the referee was poor today, to be honest. I thought he let too much go. I felt in the second half he let the goalkeeper control the entire lack of tempo of the game. Every time the ball went off or went to the goalkeeper, goal kicks, he took so long, and the referee went and hid on the halfway line. Never came in front of the dugouts. Thought he was poor. Certainly when they keep banging the drum about speeding up play at the moment, he certainly did his best to slow it down, which when you're the team that's losing the game and you're trying to get a bit of tempo and a bit of momentum going, it's very difficult.
Should there have been a red card as well in that second half? Dave Sayers at this far end of the pitch seems to have been smacked in the face, but the officials just did not see it.
Yeah, there was a clear. I won't go as far as to say it was a punch, but there was definitely contact from the lad's hand into. I don't even know which one of our lads it was, because he went down.
Sayers.
It's Dave, he went down pretty quick. So yeah, I mean, let us know if somebody puts their hand in another player's face, it's a red card, isn't it? But listen, we haven't lost the game because of the referee. I thought he was poor, but we've made errors, and to be fair, they're a good side. They are a good side, and we allowed them really to get the noses in front, and we found it very difficult to get back when we went 2-0 down.
Danny Ellis, of course, didn't play. Have you got an update on him or when he's likely to return?
A little bit before the game today, so hopefully he'll be back available for the Altrincham game.
And returners as well, when are they likely to be back?
I'll have to check with Gasher, to be honest. I know Nathan's a lot further ahead than Lewis. Possibly got a good chance of training maybe in the next 4 weeks, I would guess, fully training. Lewis is going to be much longer, but we knew that anyway, so we won't be rushing them back because they're both coming back from serious injuries.
You go away to Altrincham this weekend. Altrincham today lost 5-0 away at Boston United, so what are your thoughts going into that game?
Well, it's going to be a tough game. They've got good players. They obviously won the division that we won last year, and they got to the playoffs. they've got great individuals, they've got a very good manager, and they're probably having the first real rough spell since he's been there. And you know, I think losing any game 5-0 generally gets a reaction out of players, doesn't it? So that'll make life a lot more interesting for us next week. But listen, every game's tough. Every game is tough. I say it every week. Probably get sick to death of listening to me say it. But we'll, regardless of their result today and our result, it's going to be a tough game.